What up, everybody? You're now tuned into Candid Conversations. I'm your host, Brandon Lampley, back today with another live stream. We are in the building today. Got my buddy Shawn Taylor, and y'all see the title, man. I know it's gonna be some triggering with that title right there, but the truth is the truth, and we are gonna get into it. But to start off the show today, I just want to send my condolences to Biz Marquis' family. One of my favorite rappers of all time. I remember when I first heard Just a Friend, and it resonated with me because I was going through a little something when I first heard it, And man, it was something, man. And I did a deep dive on Biz's discography and his albums and his music and just about anything he was into years ago. I mean, I got my old computer and I got pretty much every album he ever did. I probably got it on that computer, and just listening to how he pontificates, his lyrics, what he talks about, his authenticity. I mean, one of the best. I mean, here is him and Dougie Fresh. If you want to talk about beatboxing, throw whoever else you want in there, but it's those two and it's everybody else, man. Fat Boys too. Fat Boys is up there. But man, Biz, one of the greatest entertainers, man, and he was still going, man. They say his net worth when he passed was about $3 million. It means he made his money, he saved, and so many projects from movies. He got a project that he had just finished up. They say it's coming out. I mean, and he supposedly the ruling is he died from diabetes related complications, and it's another marker to Black men, especially, to take care of your health, man.
Right. It's very important, man. And I've been in the fitness industry almost 30 years. So, but I mean, my situation is different from others. I fell in love with push-ups and sit-ups at 11 years old, man, and I never stopped. I never stopped, man. I never looked back. And when I see our, especially in our people, and Black men and Black women, we gotta start taking care of ourselves better. And I tell people, I said, listen, I'm very educated in exercise science, and I'm intrigued. There's a science behind exercise. So I try to tell people it's more than just looking good. It helps if people can dive in the seriousness of exercise. It's 99% mental when you think about it. But it helps so much from what you're going through. It's therapeutic. Even dealing with anything when it comes to just life in general, loss. For me, I mean, the gym it's always my go-to. It's my sanctuary pretty much. But I tell people all the time, man, you gotta be mindful of what you're putting in your body. I made a video in the private group today, just letting them know, man, and your motivation should be to stay alive. That should be your motivation. That should be something to want to put a fire up under your butt and be like, you know what, I got to do this for me. I got to take care of my body. I don't like the way I'm looking, because the mirror, that reflection you see in the mirror, it's cold-blooded, man. That mirror is cold-blooded as hell. So my thing I tell people is like, listen, man, you got to do it for you. You want to be around to see things, because theoretically we're all living on borrowed time.
Yeah.
But some people are pretty much dead men and dead women walking around here based off the current state of where their body is and where their health is. I heard a professor say you got one or two choices. You could put thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of medical bills just so they can keep you on pretty much life support off all the pills that you're taking and all the things that you're injecting in your body. When you're spending thousands of dollars on medical bills, you're on life support. You're walking around here on life support pretty much. How about just taking a little bit of money, way less than you spend in medical bills, and invest in your body? What's more important than that? All you have to do is cut back on certain things that you're doing, those bad habits. It's like a habit tracker. You got to cut those bad habits off and invest in your body so you can start looking better, feeling better. I mean, be more vibrant, more energetic. I mean, it helps in everything. Your relationship with your partner will even be better. You guys we sleeping on this, man. And to me, the biggest pandemic is in this world of people not taking care of their health.
Yeah.
That's a huge pandemic within itself. Nothing more higher than that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So,
Yeah, man.
hey, man. So rest in peace to Biz Markie, man. You will be missed. But man, we're
Hmm.
gonna get to this topic today. Y'all see the
Yeah.
title. We might trigger a few, but hey, we here to tell the truth. You've been lied to enough, You've been lied to enough, so we're gonna tell the truth.
Right.
So the title is, will she support you if you fall off financially? And the politically correct answer that most women are going to give is, oh yeah, I'll support my man. I'll be by his side. I'll pick up the slack. That's the politically correct answer you'll get from some. But the answer that most won't say, that's the answer, especially if we're talking about a modern woman. Hell no, ain't happening. She's not doing it. It's very
Mm-mm.
few. Now, I'm not saying all women are not going to do it. You're going to find some that will, ones who are committed, they're loyal, and they there for you. It's not just about your finances. But let's be real. There's a reason why you have so many women going to Kevin Samuel's channel and other people's channel, and you ask, well, what you want in a man, and they want guys who make six figures. It's about finances at the end of the day. Like it, love it, hate it. You could beg, you can wince, you can cry, but that's what it's about. So if you want seemingly the best outcomes with women, I mean, it seemingly it would be money, right? But that doesn't guarantee you outcomes. That just guarantee you maybe a little shut up in this for a little bit of time, I guess. But I want to get into this text thread real quick before I let you go off, Shawn, because I can only speak from it from a relationship standpoint, but I've heard men in marriages talk about when finances go through trouble and how the relationship and the dynamics change. And I know you could speak to that. But let's see this text thread right here. This is right here. This is very triggering when you listen to this. So this guy, he texts his girl texts him. She says, "Hey babe, guess what?" She said, I got a job. I got the job, $70K a year. He said, well, that's amazing. Couldn't have come at a better time. Now I can step down from my position and focus on my mental health. And she said, huh? He said, babe, I'm not happy at this job. The money is great, but I've been working too hard for 4 years straight. I stayed so you could finish your degree. I just want less stressful job, and I'm depressed here. She said, depressed? How when you make six figures? We have everything we need. You're telling me about your depression now, so you're going to be unemployed while I pay all the bills? He said, yo, I paid all the bills for 2.5 years, and I'm asking you to hold us down until I see this therapist and get my mental right. I already have a few opportunities lined up. I need a month. All he's asking for is a month now. All he wants is a month. She said, wow, that isn't fair. I have to support you because you're depressed over a good career. You can't see a therapist and work as well. Hella insensitive. She said, now, no. He said, no, I want to focus on my mental health the entire month. I'm asking you to have my back like I had yours. What's the problem? She said, I don't want to do that. Yes, you chose to allow me to focus on school, but that was your job. You provide for me, not the other way around. You can see a therapist and work. You're sounding lazy at this point. He said, lazy? Did I call you lazy when we were in school full time for 2.5 years? Listen, I said what I'm going to do. Are you with me or not? She said, not. He said, so we done? Are you serious? She said, I'm dead serious. She said, I'm dead ass serious. I cannot support a man, not even for a month. I wish you would have told me about this depression. I would have left a long time ago. I don't have time to deal with it. You hid that from me, and that isn't fair. I hope you're able to get help. I didn't sign up for this. He said, okay, at least I know you're not wife material. I've been seeing a therapist over my depression, and I'm not quitting my job. I just want to see if you truly will have my back before I propose. Get your shit and leave my house. Have your job. Now you can pay all of your own bills. We done here. She said, I knew you was playing. I was joking, babe. He said, lies. You were serious. He said, I'm good. Just get your shit and leave my house. Stop calling me. I don't have anything to say to you.
Hmm.
Dude, that's crazy. What up,
Hmm.
Ness?
Yeah, that's
That's a bit much, ain't it?
yeah, that's a pretty overwhelming text thread. I can't speak for all women. I've been in, two different case scenarios where I've lost my job and the woman I was with at the time, she held me down. Been in another situation where you be on a mountaintop and then you lose and everybody scatters. I mean, it all depends on what type of women that you're dealing with. And for women, for most women, stability is very important. You know,
Yeah.
they want you to be stable. They want a man that's doing something for themselves. And you know, as men, we get that. You know, we definitely get that. But for the most part, when a man starts to fall short, um, the woman would be, hey, wait, were you putting in applications today? Or, you know, and the dude could be going out every day and putting in an application, but she's going to stay on him about, you know, about that income coming in. You know, it's a catch 22 with men, because we have to be held at a certain standard when it comes to that. But when you flip that coin around, men don't make women feel that way. They never make a woman feel like they rushing her to get a job or whatever. You know, the man's mentality is, you know, like, I got you. And it goes back to what we were talking about last week, man. There's a difference between relationships and partnerships. That is something that people need to really, really understand and really, really get. That conversation, that's a relationship conversation, not a partnership conversation. Now, some people are going to beg to fit differ, and you know, you're entitled to your own opinions. But just like my mother broke it down to me, and I didn't know the difference between a relationship and a partnership till my mom broke that down. A partnership is that we holding each other down. I got your back. I'm your ride or die. I got you. I'm not going to make you feel bad about a situation. Just as important your feelings are important, my feelings are important. That's a partnership. Relationships are always one-sided. Relationships are always 80-20 or even 90-10. And people don't want to be real men or real women to admit that, but that's the difference between a relationship and a partnership. But men are always held to that standard that when they falling short, you know, some women, I have been with all the women in the world. Some women will start looking and acting differently toward that man when things start pretty much going south when it comes in the financial department. And men, we have to constantly keep ourselves at that standard. But women, you can't argue that women don't think that way or have those type tendencies, because it's true.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's I seen a stat that surprised me years ago, and I've been hearing more and more about it and seeing it more and more. Where it says that women who get promotions at work and they start to make as much or more than their spouse tend to go through a divorce at that point. You know, and I said, man, that's crazy. But it makes sense when you think about it's something they call hypergamy. They say women are hypergamous. They're always looking for the bigger, better deal, always looking to level up, as Sierra said. You know, she leveled up to Russell from Future. And that's all fine and good. Got no issue with hypergamy. What it does, it puts pressure on men to perform. You know, it doesn't
Right.
allow you to just idly by, sit down and be a bum and expect to get the best outcomes with women. Got it. I have no issue with the pressure to perform. You know, but seeing this, that's what we know. Um, it's hard for me to really take the modern woman seriously when I know that if at any given time I go through any financial hiccups or she just get a better position and start making more money, that our relationship is now unquestionable and rocky ground, and she's looking to level up. She's looking for somebody on her level or higher. I mean, it's like, what's the point? But of course, not all women are like that, and I hate you have to say that. Of course, I mean that should be obvious. That's common sense that not all women are like that. But you won't know until you're in that situation, because people are great actors. People can put on the front. People could tell you all the things you want to hear. People could say, I'll be here for what you for the long haul. It don't matter. But as soon as you hit a little bit of a hiccup, you hit a little bit of a snag, now all of a sudden feelings change. Things are
Right.
different. You're not looked at, the same way you were looked at. Shoot, that's in the same with vulnerabilities. So I tell you, don't emotionally dump on your woman, because if you she looks at you as a strong pillar, and then all of a sudden you crying and whining about your issues to her all the time, she's going to look at you differently. Same
Right.
thing. So I think for men, well, the best number one is make sure you're financially secure before you even start to deal with women anyway. I mean, there's no reason for you to be broke dating, being in relationships broke. Now, if you find a woman that will build with you, you'll be fine. Okay, you find a woman who can build with you, that's cool. But if most times you're not going to find that, you need to build up on your own, then go out and find. Because women want to nest. That's what they want. They want to nest. They want you to have it built so they can come in, they can nest, they can make it how they want to make it, have kids, and have that protection and that provision. And I'm fine with that. So
Right.
knowing that, there's no reason for you to go into any situation and not be financially secure, especially today.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Um,
Hold on. Let's see. Tisha said, if God is first, yes, she will. Say she'll stay with you. If God is first.
yeah.
See, Nesco says, part of the problem is a lot of women seek a relationship and disregard the power of a partnership. There it is. There
Right.
it is.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, that's what it boils down to, man. So, I mean, we've gotten away with what's the foundation of a partnership? Well, what's the foundation with a man and a woman being together? Period. Anyway, I mean, for me, I money is a sad reason for people to be together or apart. I mean, period. When you base things based off a dollar, everything is else out the window.
Right.
And you get the, I get the, remember the old songs, you got to have a job if you want to be with me,
Mm-hmm.
no romance without finance, whatever. I mean,
What have you done for me lately?
what have you done for me lately? I mean, we get the, the stands and the statements, and we
No
get it. Hey,
scrubs.
yeah, no scrubs, I mean, it can go on, pay my bills.
Yeah.
When I heard the song, Bills by Destiny's Child, it infuriated me pretty much. It pretty much pissed me off. Me tell me I got to pay this grown ass woman's bill like she my 5-year-old daughter or something. I ain't your daddy, and I ain't
Yeah.
gonna act like your daddy. You know what I'm saying? We can be in this thing together. Yeah, I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna treat you like a lady. I'm gonna treat you right. But when every time I turn around, you got your hand out like I'm your dad. You need to marry your daddy in my book, because I'm like, listen, I mean, the way I see it, I'm very protective about mine, and I know if it weren't for the big man upstairs, I wouldn't have nothing that I have. I wouldn't have a business. I wouldn't have not one freaking client. I know where my help comes from. But again, Gwen didn't raise no fool.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, everything I was taught about a woman came from a woman that she literally taught me about a woman. And one thing she told me this: don't you be no fool for none of these women out here. Not one. Okay. And baby, if she ain't got partnership on her mind, she ain't the one. And that's just period. That's just how. Now, guys, you do whatever you want to do, but I've worked too hard to get to where I'm at. My
Mm-hmm.
name is on something. You Google me, my business pops up. So that means something to me. You know what I'm saying? I got an EIN number behind my name. And some people don't even know what an EIN number is. And only
Right.
business people know what an EIN number is. So you know what? I didn't work too hard to get to where I am, to fight so hard, to go climb up the ladder to get to where I am, to just give it to some ungrateful handout. I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna take care of her like I'm taking care of my 5-year-old daughter. No, that's not happening.
Yeah.
That's not happening. And a lot of people don't agree with that. Ain't no such thing as 50-50. You know what? In your world, that's cool. That's your
Mm-hmm.
opinion. You rose like that. Shawn is built from a different cloth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? My mom taught me intellectually not to be no dummy. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Listen, if I got to buy the cookies I don't want, I ain't buying them. I'm sorry. If my talk game can't get it, and then we evolve into something, baby, if you think I'm finna buy that, No,
Yeah.
you must be out your rabbit. I'm not gonna buy you. I'm not gonna buy you. I'm not gonna wine
Mhm.
and dine you. You're gonna have to earn that because what I'm gonna do first is observe you. Observe that. Let's see if you even worthy of me even indulging in even investing my time and tenure
Yep.
in you first. You're gonna earn everything from me. And I expect to earn everything from you. Now, if we on that grown up, I'm talking about that real grown up boss type stuff like that, then we can rock. I can rock with you. But if that thing on the other side of no, that's not gonna work for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm no 9 to 5 dude, so I'm looking at you way different than a 9 to 5 dude look at you. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? I'm looking at you different. I'm observing you different from a businessman gonna observe a woman different from a 9 to 5 man. He gonna look at her, he gonna listen to her, he gonna watch her, he's gonna observe her because he's a business dude. And he got a lot on the line.
Hmm.
A lot on the line. And I'll be darned if I'm gonna give that all up for you. You gonna have to be she gotta be special as hell. I mean, period. B. And
Yeah.
it's levels to this thing.
Yes, it is.
You
Yeah,
know?
it is. There's levels
Right.
to it. See, Nesco says for women to be stable, so you can attract stability and don't need a man for stability. For women to be stable, so you can attract stability and don't need a man for stability. Yeah, I mean, can you give what you're asking for? That's the
Hmm.
point. Can you get? You want a
Ooh.
Birkin bag? Can you buy yourself a Birkin bag, man?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it comes down to. But I'm gonna give y'all this from a millennial standpoint, a millennial who was brought up in the Disney R&B romance era, and have that all come crashing down once I became an adult and started dating and found out that it don't work like that. The bumbling nerd fumbling his way into the hot chick's heart. That's movies. That stuff like that doesn't happen today. That nerd, that bumbling nerd, the only way he could fumble into that the hot lingerie model's heart is if he got $10 million in the bank. Like that's what it is today. I mean, let's be for real. Oh yeah, let's be for real. That's what it is. That's what we find out. So let's look at this from a practical standpoint when you want to talk about finances. So since I see how women in my generation operate and it's pretty much about finances, okay, I'm going to look at it from a practical, logical standpoint. This might sound cold, but it is what it is. So, since it's about finances, okay, once you are of no use to me, once you age to a certain point, I am going to upgrade and replace you with a younger, hotter version. Now, most women are like, oh, that's terrible. Hey, it is what it is because women today want you to pay full price for used vehicles. That's what they want you to pay. They want you to pay showroom floor prices for a 2012 Honda Accord with 200,000 miles on it. Like, no, 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 man. I am not doing it. Dude, people like Leonardo DiCaprio, they've been tracking his dating habits for decades. And once whoever he's dealing with hits that 25-year mark, relationship's over and he's on to the next one. And I saw the chart. Every girl, every woman he was with, as soon as they hit 25, they out. And he's on to the next one. Just like that. From
What?
Rihanna to all of them. Yes, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull it up and I'm gonna show you when I come see you. Yes, that's what
Wow.
he does. Because he looks at it from a practical standpoint. Women, you are a depreciating asset. Your looks is what your value is. That's gonna fade over time. Dude, I find a girl today, she's same age as me, I'm 32. Her transmission gonna start slipping in about a decade, and I'm still have to pay new car prices for her, right? I can't pull back. Hey, you getting old, so I'm gonna cut your allowance in half. I can't do that. No, that's unfair. No, so if I'm going to commit, like you got to bring me a whole lot of value, man. Besides how you look, I'm just saying it might sound cold, but it is what it is.
Right. Wow. Wow. That ain't even the least with an option to buy. I'm like, man.
Right.
Wow. Wow. I don't even know what to say after that. I'm flabbergasted. Oh my God. Man, Leonardo, hold on, man. Hold on. So Leonardo is he? Hold on, man. He leasing these bays. So once he get past 25, he's like, I gotta go get, I gotta go get another one.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Well, he can do that. Leonardo
Yeah.
can do that, man. He can
I
do
mean,
that.
but if you think about it, Shawn, if you look at it, look at all the men, especially the men that are financially stable, men that are well-to-do, whether regardless of the industry that they're in, businessmen, whatever, and just look at how they date. I mean, you look at P. Diddy, you look at 50 Cent, you look at all those guys. Hey, it's for a few years, and then once your usefulness is done, it's on to the next one, and it's usually a younger, hotter version. That's just what it is. I've never seen them go backwards. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen them go backwards and downgrade. Haven't seen it.
I ain't seen 50 with another Vivica Fox yet.
Not. Oh yeah.
He went that older route yet. He
Nope.
been, and that's one thing I've noticed about 50 because I follow him because he a fool. But because I just need, when I want to laugh, I just go, let me see what 50 talking about. Just get my laugh on, just get on off. But I haven't seen it, but I haven't thought about it until you brought it up, Brand. I ain't thought about none of this until you brought it up. And as I see these guys, I'm like, he right. Them jokers don't be they. I don't see them messing with nobody in their 40s.
Yep.
Nobody.
Nope.
Zero. I mean, zero. They look at people in their 40s like, oh, you damaged goods. Let me go in and get it. I mean, I don't see them because they like, I mean, they just don't, because I guess, from their perspective, look, man, I got to deal with all that stuff she done going through in that 40-something-year-old brain. You know what I'm saying? So I can, yeah, younger don't work for me, but I get what they're doing. You see what I'm saying? I've already been younger. I've done the younger thing, and it just don't. I'm like, no, It's
Right.
just, it's more nagging for me than anything. It's more like annoying for me than anything, a nuisance. But I get what they're doing. These guys bring, I get it. I get it. And I
Yeah.
did not realize it. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
Brandon, right. You
If you
right.
pay attention though, the ones who they do go after, they're not going after, immature teeny boppers. Even though those women are young, you can look at them and tell the way they carry themselves, they're mature beyond their years. I mean, because if you're gonna, like, you dealing with a 25-year-old and you 50, she's got to have a mindset well beyond her years.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you are a man of means. Like, you can't deal with a woman who's still in a 20-year-old mindset. She's got to be thinking beyond her years. She's got to be thinking about the future. Her values and morals have to be different.
Right.
Let's see.
Right.
Nesco says that was a horrible song. Women don't have a clue of the Pandora's box that song opened up. Well, he was talking about bills, bills, bills. He said, my mom always told me if I'm paying all the bills, then you do what I tell you. So with that song, that's what's connected. He's paying the cost to be the boss. Choose wisely, my sister, the theme songs you connect with. Oh, and we're not even gonna get into the music industry and how they've warped the whole thing on finances. Like, what's that? Cardi B, broke boys don't deserve no. Yeah. Like, it's gotten crazy.
Hey, when I heard that, I was dying laughing. I said, "No, Cardi." But it was funny to me. I mean, I
It's
thought it
funny.
was hilarious.
I think it's
It
funny.
was
It's
hilarious.
hilarious to me.
It was hilarious, man. I mean, I ain't take offense to it. I mean, she ain't talking about me, so
Hey, she ain't talking about me.
whatever. I mean, I got mine, so I'm like, whatever, dude. Hey,
Yeah.
tough on
And
you out there.
what's
But I
funny
get
about
it.
that, Shawn, is the most women who yell that out. It's a broke dude probably smashing. So, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's usually what it is. That's usually what it is, man.
Oh my God, man. Oh man. Well, th- th- man, we in a strange world, man. It's a strange world, man.
Yeah.
It's super strange, B. So where we are, man, that's our climate in America right now, man. We have totally gotten off course, man. Totally gotten off course. But
Yeah.
what I did notice as I was going through 50's page, even with your boy Michael B. Jordan, they dating these younger chicks. These younger chicks got stuff going on. they literally are doing something.
Yeah.
I mean, they got their own.
Yeah.
I mean, they holding things down. I mean, they doing big stuff on their ends. I see somebody buzzing in. That's somebody buzzing in on your end.
Yeah, that way. I think who was that? Lisa say, "Be a broke dude smashing." LOL. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. We know what it is, man. We know what it is, dude. Ladies always talk about cute bums all the time. Guys who look good and they got a dime in their pocket. Hey, and no, and a lot of those women. Hey, you can have. Hey, I remember Nesco told me, he works at Shan's, and he said all those women that they making money. They got great jobs. The nurses, some of the doctors, they making money. And he said all they do is complain about the dudes they dealing with, and it's usually a guy that they're taking care of.
Right.
And it's crazy. It's crazy because one thing about women and them supposedly getting to the bag and out there chasing a career, you are going to have going to develop masculine traits while you're doing that. And so when you talk about a man who's say alpha, or a man who has it together, he's not looking for a competitor, because women, when you want to go out there and get the bag, you're a competitor. You want to compete, and you pick up those traits along the way. Yeah, think about any female bosses you've had over the years. Just think, if you've been in working jobs, think about female bosses you've had. Not the most feminine women you've ever seen in your life, right? If you really think about it.
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm. You're right. They're usually they're usually a bee on wheels, and I understand why they're that way, because they have to be. Because if she's a bee on wheels, dudes are kind of like, okay, man, I know I can't mess with her, but she mainly has to be that for other women,
Right.
So her getting those masculine traits, it's going to turn a guy who's masculine himself off. Masculine women, it's going to turn you off. Let's see, she's putting on 12 hours on the job, and he putting in 12 hours on the PS5. Oh, good Lord. Madden King. At least say you have to know how to pull back those masculine traits. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. I mean, I know it's hard. That's hard to do, though, especially if that's how you always operated. Think about it. Black women have been indoctrinated and been told since birth to go out there and get the bag. Don't need no man. Strong and independent. Now you 40, talking about you want to pull back some masculine traits, baby. You set in your ways. I mean, it's pretty much that's who you are now. It's going to be hard for you to hand over the reins to any man. She's always going to want to be the dominant, always going to want to be in control, and it's just the way it is.
Well, to counter what you just said, they are, because I've had conversations with them, there are some women that are in their 40s who ready to give it up. They just pretty much, I literally heard them say that, like, I'm tired of being the person to be in the leader. I'm tired of being the person to take charge. I want somebody to kind of take the reins a bit, let me just relax. Let me let my hair down a bit. You got some women out there that are in masculine roles that, brother, some of them are tired of it. They're just like, man, when is the real man gonna come and step up? You know what I'm saying? To take the initiative, to do this, to do that. Why do I have to make all the decision? Even as far as what we want to eat. I got to do everything. I got, women in their 40s, man, they're dealing with, I don't want to say basic guys. I don't want to go as far as say basic, but they're dealing with dudes, man, who don't know who they are men by the naked eye, but they don't know how to be men.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of men out here that don't know how to be men, which women are tired of, and they could, and a big part of that's what they're complaining about. I need a man I need a man's man. I need a man that's gonna be a man, not a man in the stature of a man with the mindset of a little boy. So there's a difference.
There's a difference, and I get that, Shawn. I'm with you. But think about this too. They're ready to let it go. They're ready to let a man take over. They're ready to let him have all the responsibility, be the breadwinner, be the decision maker, and things like that.
Right.
But how many men did they come across that were like that? And because at that time they didn't want to submit, they messed up the relationship and moved on. Now they're saying, man, because like you ask any of those 40-year-old women, they've had that guy. Oh, yes. You better believe they've had that guy. They've been on the dating market for what, 20 plus years? They've had that guy at least once and they blew it.
Right. That's true. I'm not going to recant my statement. I'm just going to agree with you.
But hey, both things are true. Both things are true.
Yeah.
Both things are true.
Right. Man, you're right. You are definitely
Look,
man.
She's talking about not all. We already said not all. Thank you. We've already said not all.
Yeah, Robin. You, Robin. It's okay. You're a little late to the party, but we established that in the beginning. Not all women, because I haven't been with all women. I can't speak.
I can't speak to that.
But I can speak for some, or just my situation. You know what I'm saying? Been in a situation, fell short, lost my job, didn't ask her to do anything. I'm trying to figure it out, but she did it anyway. But there's a catch-22 is when it's thrown back in the face of what they did. And I'm like, hold on now. All the stuff that I've done for you, have you ever heard me throw up anything? And then, for me, my defense mechanism, Mama, you ain't got to do nothing else for me. I ain't never asked you for nothing from the get-go. But going forward, you don't have to do nothing for me. I said, because when you throw up what you've done for your man and vice versa, theoretically, it wasn't genuine.
Yeah.
You did it. You did it with an agenda. You did it for a reason. You see what I'm saying? It didn't come from your heart. You did it for some acknowledgement. You did, whatever the case may be, but it wasn't genuine from the heart, because it's like my mom said, when something is done genuine, my mom said, Shawn, let me tell you something. They can't argue the point. If they do something for you and throw it back in your face, she said, baby, that wasn't genuine at all. Because when you do something from the heart, it ain't never even mentioned again.
Yeah. I won't never hear about it. Yeah. Never hear about it. If I'm doing something from the heart, I mean, at no point am I ever going to say, well, hey, I did this for you. No, there's no reason for me to bring it up, even talk about it, because I did it because I wanted to do it, and that's the end of it. I didn't do it to have an agenda or to get a gain from you or to get some kind of co-op from you. No, or for control. You see, these men are basic. When she challenges him, he doesn't check her, and she has no respect and moves on. So Lisa said, that's a problem too. I will say that's a problem too.
Right. Yeah.
Robin says whatever. Shawn, she said whatever.
Oh man, whatever, man. I ain't. She on that light skin stuff. I ain't messing with Robin today, man. I ain't messing with your mama today. She acting real light skin right now. I ain't messing with her, man.
Hey, she said that person probably do that in all their relationships, even with their family and friends. Oh yeah, transactional.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, she's right. She is dead on about that for sure.
And speaking of transactional, I mean, that's pretty much what we're on. What that's the modern relationship today. I mean, if you think about dating period today, it's basically what can I get out how can I get the most out of this person with giving up the least? Like trying to get the most without giving the least up. That's what they're trying to do today, because this whole thing is okay. I'm not going to don't act like you like the person. Okay. Because if you act like you like the person, then, this person going to view you a certain way. You're going to look thirsty. You're going to like this. And, people don't want to admit to liking people now. And just that now with it being what it is, everything is a transaction now. Relationships are transactional. It's quid pro quo, this for that. And so now that's what it is, you can be easily dismissed. That's why relationships aren't lasting. Now that, okay, so if I'm looking for a certain gain, if I'm looking for a gain, like woman, she's looking for a man with money. As soon as his money's gone, she's gone. Man,
Right.
he's looking for a woman who's hot. She's beautiful. Okay. As soon as her looks start to fade off a little bit, he's gone. I mean, that's pretty much what it is today. It's transactional. And you could, well, some people argue that it's always been that way, but now it's done openly. I mean, it's paraded, it's promoted. They singing about it in songs, they got it in movies, it's on TV. People got it on billboards. Damn near walking around with shirts on saying how transactional things are today between men and women. And we don't go, one thing about it, women don't go backwards. It's only going to get worse.
Mm. Wow. That's where we are, man. Pretty much. That's where we are, man. That's why it's good to communication is almost at a cease and desist standpoint right now. I don't think that people talk enough and communicate enough so they can find out everything. You know, put all the cards on the table. You know what I'm saying? You find
Yeah.
out these things. It's almost like you trip over them and be like, "Oh man, I didn't know that was there. Shoot, I didn't know that was there either." But that's just where we are, and we don't talk about what we want, or we don't talk about what we're looking for from the transparent standpoint. We hide those things, or we slide them up under the rug. You know, and Lisa say all the time, when you meet people, you don't really meet that person, you meet that representative. Unless you having a deep intellectual conversation with that person, I mean, y'all really are talking. There's no texting. I mean, y'all really in each other's face to face, talking about what you're looking for, what you want, and just transparency. You're really not going to find anything. You're going to find out truly about this person through trial and error.
Yeah.
That's just where we are.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. It is. It's trial and error. I mean, and then you have those men who do have the money, the men who do have the money, and they don't have to worry about things like falling off financially. But the thing with them, some of them is that if you're going into a not necessarily a relationship, but you're dealing with women, and you know pretty much why they are there. You know why
Right.
they're there. They're there because you
Right.
got the bag.
Right.
Then you shouldn't go at them from a love standpoint. Like you
Right.
got those guys. Like I've heard too many, especially older men dealing with younger women, and they're trying to marry them. And like you got
Right.
the Seeking Arrangements, where it's pretty much a prostitution website where
Mm.
sugar babies hook up with sugar daddies. You got some of these
Right.
dudes, they get in relationships with these girls, marrying them. You had the guy, he was like 53 years old. He's a millionaire. I don't know if he's in the real estate or what, but he sued his former girlfriend who was 26, and he sued her for like a couple $1 million because she pretty much used him for his resources. And I'm like, well, what did he expect? He met her on the dating site, and so what this is what he found out, Shawn. He found out that she was on OnlyFans. She had took some of his money from a credit card that he let her hold, took money and built her a studio in her apartment so she could shoot adult content with the money that he gave her. And he like threw her a $400,000 birthday party and proposed. And they were going to get married until he found this stuff out. Then he found this stuff out and she hit him with the all that was a gift, Playboy. You're gonna have to chalk that up to the game. And he sued her. But I don't understand, men. Dude, you know why you're there. Don't forget why you're here. Now, if you want to go from a love standpoint, don't lead with your wallet. But if you're going to lead with your wallet, understand that it's about the wallet. It's not about you.
Right. It's all about what you can do for them. You know what I'm saying? It's not a genuine thing. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? Some people may think this is corny, cliche, or whatever, but this is again, going back to the order of things. What's the number one? What is the true foundation, the true basis on where things stand on, the foundation, the base on how you build in that house, which is your partnership? What is that, B? In your opinion, what is that? And if it's not built off that, I mean, if it's not built off that one thing, but just tell me, what is that one thing that foundation of that partnership should be, in your opinion?
The foundation of a partnership, um,
First,
the first thing, man, I would say for me is communication. I think,
right?
yeah,
Right.
I think you got to be able to communicate. Besides finances, communication is one of the things that can break down a relationship. You know,
Right.
finances can break it down, but communication can break it down a lot faster. People not knowing and not knowing what they want and not clearly verbalizing what they want and what they're looking for at their partner, what their expectations are for the relationship. If you don't have that, if you can't do that, then I mean it's doomed to fail. If you don't communicate, it's doomed to fail after that. I don't care what else you build it with. You're building it with sand if you're not talking about the communication first and
Right.
communicating what you want.
Yeah. That is definitely a part of it, for sure. Because I've had conversation with people when they say, once we start talking, man, that's when everything started going to kaput. But the thing about it is, inside the communication, this one thing, if you don't have it and you lose other things outside of it, and that's the reason that you guys go apart, it's pretty pathetic. Love's got to be the foundation of the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That's the basis of the relationship, because when all goes wrong, that's all you got at the end of the day. Let's say you both lose everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you both lose your job. You both lose all the tangible and materialistic stuff. That love thing got to get you guys through that, to rebuild, to get you guys back to where you need to be. But of course, communication goes along with that, the whole 9 yards. But if that thing ain't built off that, when I see people that they drift away from each other because of the dollar, man, you ain't have nothing in the beginning anyway.
Yeah.
If the dollar's your foundation, because here's the thing, money comes and goes. You can always get that back. But if money is your foundation, oh man, you dead and you done. You are
Yeah.
done. And the way America is going, which people aren't observing, inflation is going to take off soon.
Yes.
Inflation is going to take off soon. Once inflation takes off soon, once the influx of people aren't paying attention to what things cost these days. The difference in the
Mm-hmm.
price in milk and gas. I mean, the signs are there, but once inflation takes off, so if love isn't the foundation of your marriage or partnership, and everything goes sideways, and it's based off something else, you never had nothing in the beginning. The whole thing from beginning to end was a facade. It was
Yeah.
your whole relationship partnership was fugazi from the beginning. In other words, like the Italians say, it was fake. Fugazi means fake.
Yeah.
Your whole thing from the beginning that you met her to where it ends, it was all fugazi. Because if that love ain't the foundation of what you trying to build that house on, you have no base. You doomed for failure anyway. So along with communication and whatever, but we as a society, we've gotten away from that. We have based relationships and partnerships off of this,
Yeah.
not this.
Yeah.
And that's the number one problem. That's the biggest problem between men and women. It's based off what you can do for me. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
What can you do for me? The fuck, man. That's where we at right now. That's where we are.
That's where we at.
It's sad, man. It's sad, man. It's a sad thing, bro.
Well, and
It's a sad,
part of
sad
that
thing.
too, Shawn, is like you say, the women who are out there achieving and getting it back. That's one of the reasons why, because they feel like, okay, if I'm able to support myself and get this stuff on my own, what are you adding to my life? What are you bringing to me? You know that's what they're asking. And so, hey, can you they want what they want you to have, what they have, or more. or probably maybe what they have and probably 50% more. So if she make 100 grand, she wants you to make 200 grand. That's what she wants. She
Right.
wants you to make 150 grand. She wants you to make 250 grand. Like they want more. And
Right.
I ain't got no problem with that. Hey, do you, baby? Oh, let's see. Lisa say foundation should include mutual respect. Oh yeah, if there's no respect, there's no relationship.
Right.
And I should say that too. Besides communication, respect is up there too. Because as soon as you disrespect me, it's over. It's over. It is over. Because I know it's not going to get better from there. That's like Dwayne Haskins, Steelers quarterback, formerly the Washington football team quarterback. He just got his tooth knocked out by his wife in Las Vegas, and they went there to renew their vows. And now he's supposedly staying with her, and I don't think he's going to press charges. Son, somebody need to talk to him. He needs some OGs to get in his ear. It's time to go. It's not going to get better from there. She going to stop knocking out your teeth. Cool. She going to disrespect you in other ways. Right. But for her to get to that point, that she didn't wake up that day, Shawn, and decide that, okay, I'm going to be physical with him. She had done it before. It was a pattern of behavior.
Yeah, you're right. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to cut this off when my client is here.
Oh, I got you. So
I gotta roll, man.
So final thoughts, real quick. Final thoughts, and then we'll wrap it up.
We've talked about respect. We've talked about communication. Of course, we talked about money, the whole 9 yards. But things hit different when two people, when their mental vibe is the same. When the mental vibe is the same, all the stuff we talking about, I ain't gonna say it. I'm not gonna go as far as say it's irrelevant. But when that mental vibe is the same, that thing's gonna gel, even when it's off-centered. So
yeah.
Until we get back to the roots, we're not going to have, that thing that's going to, what we want isn't going to be fulfilled. That's just my opinion. And again, I'm a cerebral dude, so I don't think like the average dude. My mind ain't on money because I wasn't born into money. I came from nothing. So I don't think, I'm not money driven. You see what I'm saying? I'm not materialistics driven. I was like that when I was young, trying to be flashy and stuff like that. And I'm gonna leave you guys with this. People who, when they're trying to make something, they're flashy. Somebody brought up a perfect analogy of Jay-Z. In the beginning of his career, he had the chains and had this and that. Now you see him, he got t-shirt and shorts on, or whatever the case may be. See, here's the thing. As you get older, your viewpoints change. You see what I'm saying? You ain't trying to be flashy. When you got it, you ain't trying to flash because you don't want everybody to know that you have it.
Yeah.
I would drive a Hyundai and leave the Beamer in the garage. You see what I'm saying? I mean, my whole thing about it, I'm not trying to be flashy because I ain't trying to get that type of attention. You see what I'm saying? Because you got to know that what's coming in front of you is literally for you, not because of what you can do for them, not because of what you can buy them. You see what I'm saying? That's where we all are. If we have to change that negative narrative that's got a dollar sign in front of him, because when you think about it, you can't take nothing with you when you die. It's you in that casket, not the money in your account, not the houses, the cars, the boats, not all these things. We so wrapped around about how we view things or whatever, but when you're not mentally in tune with yourself, how can you speak on anything or anybody else? That's my final thought.
Hey, well said, man. Well said. And just you have to, like you said, you got to be like-minded. So you find out if she's money driven. If she's money driven, then no, and you're not. That's not the woman for you. It's not. Hey, this is not to shame women and for them to lower their standards or anything like that. No, ladies, whatever your standard is, hey, keep it that way. And if man don't fit the standard, keep it pushing. Tell him to move on. Tell him move out the way for another man who's going to give you what you need what you feel that you deserve. So I
Right.
mean, for that, guys, you have to find a like-minded woman. It's pretty much that simple. Find a
Absolutely.
like-minded woman, and if you're not money driven, don't deal with women who are money driven. It's that simple, man. But man, I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Hey, subscribe to me. Follow me on all social medias. Follow Shawn on IG, Twitter, TikTok, all those
Well,
good things,
I'm done.
man. I
Right.
appreciate y'all, man, and we'll be back next week with another topic. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.